Hello, and welcome to Ask Dr. Dora. I'm Dr. Dora Dixie, board certified in family medicine and addiction medicine. Ask Dr. Dora podcast is my virtual medical ministry that will be used to share knowledge about America's love affair with cocaine and how it has affected the legal system. Knowledge is power. It has been said that nothing is new under the sun, and people's love affair with cocaine gets recycled repeatedly. Cocaine is the second most popular illegal recreational drug in the United States, behind cannabis, which is no longer illegal. And the United States is the world's largest consumer of cocaine. In the distant past, substance control laws in the United States classified cocaine as a narcotic as allegedly part of a scheme to give more severe penalties for offenses involving cocaine than other offenses involving other non-narcotic substances. In the United States, cocaine is a Schedule II controlled substance. This is because experts classified it as a drug with a high potential for misuse that could lead to severe psychological and physical dependence, but it has medicinal purposes as well. In 1898, it was written in newspapers that the cocaine monster begins to spread its tentacles across the U.S., threatening to spawn a nation of dope fiends. From the New York Times, middle-class whites were worried that soft drinks were contributing to what they saw as exploding cocaine use among African Americans. Southern newspapers reported that Negro cocaine fiends were raping white women, and the police are powerless to stop them. By 1903, legislators had bowed to white fears, removing cocaine and adding more sugar and caffeine to Coca-Cola. At the time, cocaine use was associated with black men. Slavery was now outlawed, and black men could vote and work for pay. Concerned with how to control this population, cocaine became a substance you could be jailed for possessing. Again, Negro cocaine fiends are a new Southern menace. That was read in the New York Times headline at the time. This was not the only headline of this type during the early 1900s. Many claimed that cocaine was making black men violent and that the white population would be targeted. Further down the line, the racial disparities in drug laws became even more evident. 11 years after cocaine was removed from Coca-Cola, the Harrison Act effectively outlawed cocaine and opium. In May 1911, the federal government warns of cocaine in bottled sodas and colas. December 4th, 1912, druggists called for restrictions on the sale of cocaine. February 1914, the New York Sun calls the U.S. the most drug-afflicted nation in the world. May 22, 1915, the Harrison Anti-Drug Law was a United States federal law that regulated and taxed the production, importation, and distribution of opiates and coca products, but actually triggered a nationwide crime wave to get more cocaine in the nation and to distribute it. Opium was made illegal because of white men being concerned that the growing Chinese population was going to take advantage again of white women. Cocaine snorting increased again in the 1970s as it regained popularity as a recreational drug and was glamorized in the United States popular media. Articles from that time proclaimed cocaine as non-addictive. The drug was viewed as harmless until the 1985 emergence of crack. Cocaine became popular again in the 1980s, and you ask why. It is believed that it was due to the economic boom where plenty of young people had disposable income. Another reason, there was familiarity with cocaine, and the cool people took it, as depicted through movies and media. The existing supply chains from the 1970s quickly reopened and could be expanded to keep up with the demand. The most recent government statistics available show that in 2005, African Americans constituted more than 80% of those sentenced to federal prison for crack cocaine offenses, even though 2/3 of crack cocaine users are white or Hispanic. In 2007, President Joe Biden introduced the Drug Sentencing Reform and Cocaine Kingpin Trafficking Act of 2007 that would equalize penalties for crack and powder cocaine. President Barack Obama, on August 3, 2010, signed a federal law that reduced the disparity between the amount of crack cocaine and powder cocaine needed to trigger certain federal criminal penalties. That eliminated the 5-year mandatory minimum sentence for simple possession of crack cocaine. Today, the disparity between crack cocaine and powder cocaine still remains an 18-1, despite the substance being chemically identical. The ACLU is pushing Congress to end this disparity once and for all. I encourage you to read the article, Disparate Treatment of Crack Cocaine and the Opioid Epidemic, Unveiling Racial Bias in Drug Policy by Renee Stanford. This research paper aims to explore the criminalization of Black crack cocaine users during the crack epidemic and compare it to the current opioid crisis, which predominantly affects white communities and is primarily addressed as a public health issue rather than a criminal one. During the crack epidemic, many Black people were hurt by unfair treatment. Instead of getting help, they were punished with strict laws and sent to jail for long periods of time. The police were very tough, and this made things worse. People treated them badly instead of helping them, and this made life harder for their communities. In contrast, the opioid epidemic, which primarily affected the white community, was largely seen and treated as a public health issue. It prompted movement from punishment towards compassion, harm reduction, and evidence-based approaches to treatment. Policymakers and public health officials recognize that addiction or substance use disorder is not a simple problem and prioritize increasing access to treatment, beginning harm reduction strategies, and addressing the reasons for the crisis. This kinder, gentler, and understanding response stress the importance of saving lives, supporting recovery, and reducing the stigma associated with substance abuse or substance use disorders. To learn more about the crash between cocaine and politics, I encourage you to read the Fair Sentencing Act, read the article, Disparate Treatment of Crack Cocaine and the Opioid Epidemic, Unveiling Racial Bias in Drug Policy, again by Renee Stanford. Visit the ACLU website for their work on legal and social justice. Politics can help or hurt those impacted by substance use disorders. And it is unfortunate that humans are still first judged by their skin color. It has been said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I like to use pictures, graphics, and my little experiments. Let's take a look at my demonstration of the 100-to-1 law. This demonstration is called Cocaine and the Law. So this is for demonstration only. Imagine this is 5 grams of crack cocaine. And I use black beans so as not to trigger anybody, because there are folks in recovery and they don't need to be looking at crack cocaine or powder cocaine. So imagine this is 5 grams of crack cocaine, and this is 500 grams of powder cocaine. So if a person gets arrested with 5 grams of crack cocaine and another person gets arrested with 500 grams of powder cocaine, they both go to jail for the same amount of time. Now, this person with this 5 grams of cocaine is more than likely an African American man, and someone with 500 grams of powder cocaine is more than likely not an African American. But they both get the same minimum mandatory prison sentence. Thank you. Join me again on Ask Dr. Dora podcast for more addiction medicine topics. Ask me what you want to know at questions@askdrdora.com, and I will do my very best to respond. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you next time.